Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done a sit-down video, and so I figured today would be a good day to do it. I'm currently out riding today, enjoying the wonderful weather that we're having. Um, I'm still doing okay. I'm just getting in shape, getting my cycling in, and it's kind of improving my life. It is it's wonderful to have a bike to get around. As most people know, I have an e-bike. It's much easier to ride for me. Some of you know I have a really bad back, so I can no longer ride a regular pedal bike because of the strain it puts on my back. But I currently have an e-bike, and I've been riding that. It seems to be working out pretty good. Uh, I'm doing all right. Just enjoying the beauty that nature provides. I'm currently down in a park area, overlooking the river, just watching everything. I think I've passed about 100 geese since I've decided to travel this route. Got to see all the little goslings. But today is a good day. I'm going to be speaking at the Transportation Improvement Program meeting today on improving the cycling infrastructure of Bay City and Bay County. It is something that I've become more passionate about since I've been riding a lot more. It's something you don't realize when you just drive around. But today I will be presenting a very nice laid out speech today, and maybe ask some questions on possibilities of putting a new rail trail in, which I have gotten more support than I actually imagined that I would get from this, just by posting in a couple of Facebook groups, and I'm hoping that I have the support there also. By speaking up on this, um, I'm basically trying to improve the safety of cycling in Bay City and Bay County, because as we all know, cycling on the road is dangerous. There's a lot of distracted drivers or drivers who just don't care that you're there. And as a person who has been hit twice now on a bicycle, I see there is desperate need for improvement. I am hoping that by speaking at the transportation incentive meeting, that possibly I can get something approved to have more dedicated cycling routes around Bay City and Bay County. I feel this would be fantastic. Have routes that you don't have to worry about cars. You don't have to worry about getting hit. You still have to watch out for bike traffic and pedestrians, of course. A lot of people uh, have chosen to ride on the sidewalks for safety, especially in the Midland area and Bay City, because there is no bike riding lanes, or if there are, they're very few and they're scattered around. And most cars just ignore them anyway. And you get a lot of cars who park in the cycling lane. That means you have to go out in traffic and go around their vehicle just because they decide to park in the bike lane. It is something that needs to improve. I'm promoting the health aspects of riding also because of just for me personally, I've lost 23 pounds since I've started riding bike. I feel better. I've still got a few pounds I need to lose, but they're 10 or 15 pounds. to get to where I want to be. So I'm working on it. I've been getting out cycling, walking as much as I can. Um, I do have my limitations. I know that. um, and I'm just hoping that the advocacy on the behalf of cyclists can make a difference. I have seen and experienced what can happen. Um, Riding on sidewalks itself is also dangerous because you have pedestrians there. You may have children on the sidewalk, and that presents a hazard to both the cyclist and the pedestrians. So I am promoting safety also by having some safer cycling routes. More people will be able to get out and enjoy cycling, enjoy nature. I know today, especially in the children's day, we have a major obesity uh, epidemic, and I'm hoping that by promoting safe cycling, that we can get more children outside on bikes, get rid of some of the obesity problems, and hopefully keep down the childhood diabetes and stuff like that. But I mean, even for adults, especially older adults like myself, I've discovered cycling is a nice way to relieve stress, get out in nature, whatnot. Um, I have to be careful because I have a very, very bad habit of overdoing it and hurting myself because of my disabilities. My mind says I can do it, my body says it can't. So we go from there. But I just wanted to fill everybody in on how I'm doing and what I'm up to lately. I mean, I'm getting into promoting cycling, becoming more involved in the community, meeting more people. Um, I have some friends that would like to create a cycling group in my area, short rides, 8-10 miles, um, and fairly slow, which is good. We we haven't decided on routes yet. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to participate. I may try. Try being the operative word here because I don't know how far I can go. Um, it's something that I think I would enjoy. Just having a camaraderie of be able to talk to people along your ride, see how everybody's doing, just kind of touching the community, becoming more community active. Um, I know I am one person. Whether I can make a difference, I don't know. I do have support from a couple of cycling groups for this incentive, but how far that's going to go, I know Bay City itself, the cycling infrastructure has a seriously failing grade. The roads are terrible, the sidewalks are terrible, and that does need to be addressed. And I know I will face some community pushback because of that, because they believe the roads should be repaired. I agree with that too. Um, but I believe in repairing the roads, maybe we can build in some cycling infrastructure. Um, I'm not a huge fan of what they call shared lanes or sharrows um, for cycling. I'm not a huge fan of it. Is it better than nothing? Yes. But it still places riders in danger of motorists that are not paying attention. I'm hoping for more of a dedicated vehicle-free riding structure. There are a few routes in Bay City that have cycling. They have the rail trail, the Bay City Loop. You got the Bay City State Park, but besides that, there is not much here. I'm hoping to address the concern of possibly putting in a rail trail from the Bay-Midland County line into Bay City to run alongside of the railroad tracks. There's only one train a day that runs down there, and it runs at night, so it would be a really safe and fairly quiet ride, and I think would promote exercise for a lot of people. In fact, I just stopped today at my local library and mentioned it, and I actually gave out the email there for them to send letters of support in. Hopefully, it makes a difference. They all love the idea. They're all local. They like to cycle. And possibly, if we can get a small cycling group going, maybe two groups. One for the younger riders that want to go faster, and then one for older riders that may want to go a little slower and just take their time. By having a route like that and having groups like that, you would include more people because older people such as myself are not in a big hurry to go anywhere. Uh, we're out there enjoying the ride for the ride, not just to get from point A to point B. Although I do promote local people cycling back and forth to work, which is a great idea, great exercise, and saves you money in the long run for vehicle costs such as gas insurance or whatever. Um, Sometimes the bicycles can be a little bit of a purchase up front, but I've seen some pretty good bicycles that would be fine for transporting yourself back and forth to work for a couple $100. Um, that would be fine. I mean, there's also e-bikes out there, which I'm a proponent of, as long as they're ridden responsibly. Um, Now, if you set up a rail trail, you must ride responsibly on that trail with an e-bike. Yeah, so you can go 20 or 28 miles an hour faster on some of the bikes now. Um, it's called having respect for others. Limit your speed to 8, 10, 12 miles an hour, and make sure you're watching ahead, watching for people both that you're coming up on and people that are coming your way, and have respect for them. Give them room to get by. Notify people that you're coming up on. What I personally do is I'll tell them, bicycle coming up behind you, and most people, do appreciate it. I've noticed that a lot. And those people have respect for people that say, "Okay, I'm coming in behind it." That way, you don't startle them, especially in today's society when it's so easy to startle people and end up in a situation you don't want to be in. I'll just put it that way. Um, when I ride, I'm riding for the nice casual ride of it. I'm just getting out there, putting along. I enjoy nature. Um, there's a couple trails that I've recently discovered. I haven't ridden them yet, and I would like to go check them out eventually. But they say they're easy trails. That's pretty much all I can ride on. Easy trails, nice, level, flat, smooth. I'm not into grinding big hills or going down hills, at 40 miles an hour or whatever. That's not me. There's some people out there that I think it's wonderful, and the trail system I discovered has some things like that for people. You know, but for the slower, easier riders, it's right in the woods. Something excuse me, smooth and easy that we can ride on. Sometimes I'll be riding along. One of the trails I have discovered is at Bay City State Park. It's a wonderful, easy ride. It's pretty much all flat. There's some bumps in there, but you're riding in the woods. What do you expect? There's tree roots and stuff like that, but not bad. And they have benches along the trail that I like to just stop and sit and watch the squirrels or feed the squirrels. I took a bag of peanuts the other day when I was riding that trail, and I was sitting there. I had like 5 or 6 squirrels I was feeding. Just a little bag of peanuts. And I enjoyed watching them. They were filling their little cheeks and twitching tails and all that good stuff. But that's just what I like to do. Nature is my therapy, I guess. It's the best thing I've discovered for therapy. Being in nature, being by water. To me, it's relaxing. Now, to each their own. I mean, if you find something else relaxing, use that. But today, I just speaking on cycling in nature. One of the advantages of uh, cycling is not only are you getting exercise, you're reducing your carbon footprint or carbon emissions, or however you want to word it, by driving your car. Cycling produces no side effects. I mean, you're just pedaling along using your own power. It produces no carbon footprint. As long as people are respectful, I think cycling is a great way to go. Um, so as today progresses, I'm check about an hour and a half away from hour and a half, 2 hours away from making my speech today. I'm hoping it's going to work out. I'm hoping I can catch some people's attention and maybe plant a seed in their head of the cycling culture. Um, in fact, I'm sitting here right now watching people on bikes go by, out enjoying nature. Um, so it's just that if, if you can, get out there and cycle. It's a very low impact exercise as long as you're not trying to, go mountain biking down major trails. It's low impact, it's easy on the body. Um, and I find it's a great way just to reduce stress overall. A lot of it is about safety and respect. Once you have those safety and respect, as most people know, I've probably seen, I got my bicycling helmet. Normally I have gloves, but I happen to forget them today. Strange for me to do, but I forgot them today. But it's beautiful out, and the paths that I'm riding today are very, very smooth, so I'm not worried about too much. Um, I always promote people wearing safety equipment, especially a helmet. Helmets are not that expensive. I think I picked up this helmet. Well, I mean, it's not a top of the line helmet by any means. There are very expensive helmets out there that are much better than this one. But this one will protect my head if I happen to fall down and hit my head on the concrete or whatever. I'm not gonna hurt my head as much anyway. Um, I promote safety. Uh, Wearing a good pair of shoes. You don't want to ride barefoot or flip flops or stuff like that. A good pair of tennis shoes is fine. And depending on the weather, you may want to be prepared for rain. I've got wet riding. In fact, I found it refreshing. Um, End up riding like 4 miles home in the rain. If you want to be prepared, carry a little poncho in either a rack bag or a frame bag or something like that to wear. Just make sure it doesn't interfere with any of your bicycle operations. Um, but overall, with safety and responsibility, I think cycling is a fantastic thing to do. It makes me happy. Um, I ride to a lady friend's house all the time. Um, and we've got out on a trail ride already. It's at Bay City State Park, so it's pretty easy. There has been multiple occasions where we're planning additional cycling routes. I have checked into a festival that I plan on attending next month, um, first weekend of next month. And I'm planning on taking my bike. I don't know how big it is or whatever, but I can secure my bike in the back of my vehicle. And so that's not an issue. And there seems to be campgrounds around because I'm planning on going for 2 days. I'm going to take my tent, my sleeping bag, my little foam pad, basic stuff. Maybe a little pot and frying pan or something so I can cook over the fire. I mean, just take my propane stove. I haven't decided yet. Now, having them in my vehicle, I could hold that and it wouldn't be too much of a problem. And I plan on going out and enjoying myself. This is kind of my treat to myself. I don't do it that often. I don't treat myself by going out. I'm just one of those that just like to chill, be by myself in the woods. But I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone. I think it's gonna be very enjoyable. It's targeted more towards an older audience, so you're not gonna have the loudness, screaming, the hollering, etc. It's gonna be an experience. I'll just put it that way. And I may have a few other things scheduled for this year, this summer that I'd like to do. I haven't really 100% decided on that yet, but I'm doing much better. I'm happier. I'm getting healthier, although the back still hurts. So I just want to let everybody know what's going on, and hopefully you support me in my cycling inside of, and hopefully I can make a difference in at least my area. Um, so to everyone out there, wish you best wishes, and y'all have a good day now.